We now return to Let's Play Cities Skylines. So this entire episode, I've decided, is just going to be ignoring the city and greening everything. Just kind of filling in, detailing, doing whatever. Finishing the parks and a few other things. So, what are we doing over here? So we're missing a couple things. We need to kind of finish this park up with some restrooms. And, I don't know that a souvenir shop is necessary in particular, but we can do it just to kind of put some things down. Maybe have a cafe up in this area. Of course, if we're going to do that, we're going to need another restroom. Oh, really, maybe that restroom feels closer to this. Should probably just keep the various buildings close together. What's that? Oh, looks like it just went up. Well, that's good because, I mean, we've got too many expenses. Let's see, restroom right here. Let's put one more restroom up in here. We'll call it good. I never did put this down, did I? I put one there. Do I need another? And I guess I could. Except there's not really another place to put it. In this awkward spot. Sure. Alright. Now in this thing, I did try to put the botanical garden in here. And didn't work. I tried putting it down and then using my move tool to get over there, and that did work, but then it screamed that there was no road connection, so just not going to do that. So, instead, I'm going to give it one of these large rocks I would otherwise never touch. And then, in fact, why don't we give it like a rock climbing thing from one of the other... At least do that. Maybe close to the monkey house, you know? All the kids see the monkeys, wherever the damn monkeys are, and then they're like, hey, let's go climb some rocks. Parents will love that. I actually see, you know, we've got whales and such. Let's see, how do I get down to that? There. Yeah, a lot of ocean-going animals in this freshwater lake that we created, so that's good. I'm sure they'll survive. And then I thought about actually trying to put maybe like a watchtower here or something. Lookout tower. And decides that, yeah, it really doesn't like it. Just doesn't like it. Do it here, but there's no animals over there, so we're just going to ignore it. And we're just going to put down trees. Trees and bushes. We're going to put down big trees. A lot of big trees. Try and fill in a lot of the dead space. That is one of the problems. There we go. I heard the double clicking. Alright, let's put in some rocks. Those are some big rocks. Those are too big. Could do this. Maybe outside the gate here. It's kind of as a big entryway deal here, you know? Now, I thought about putting a bus stop there, or bus station. I think I'm going to do that. Not right now, though. Yeah, there's not enough space for these kinds of rocks. Not even in that. It's unfortunate because that eats up a lot of unnecessary dead space. Alright, let's try some of these. Sometimes the randomness is a blessing, other times not so much. Grab some patches. And you know, just for a minute here, I want to come in and put in another collector for trash over here. Let's put it on this side. Not exactly the thing that people want to drive by, but kind of an important service to have out here. I don't really want to put it in there. I could put one over here. I mean, we're so close to this anyhow. What happened to all this stuff? Oh, it's probably where I put down the... it goes right there for now. Probably where I put the botanical garden, and then it did weird things to the zone here. Whatever. We have other stuff to do. Put down... I mean, you'd think these would be flowers, they're not. Just kind of add some randomness in the back, and then we'll just fill it in with trees. Good enough. Alright. So, what kind of trees can we put down? I don't see anything that's like savanna type tree that would make sense to put near what is mostly African animal enclosures. So I guess we'll just put down everything that everything we got. We'll just kind of use local trees. I think that's enough of that one. Let's use this one for a little bit. Over there. Let's maybe not put a tree right there. What else do we have here? Small trees. Why do the animal sounds echo? Let's go to the generic, just generic green tree. as impressive about this tree. This one's a pretty good tree overall, mostly because it has a pretty good variety of sizes and colors. I wish there were more varieties for like bush-sized trees and things of that nature. And I never did bother, actually, to look for a mod that has like a random foliage brush. Alright, so now we'll be sparing with the fill-in trees that are very noticeable. These ones tend to be pretty big. I think I just put a tree within a tree there. Okay, we'll go back to this tree. We're going to focus a little bit more on empty areas. I mean, I really didn't do anything to this outer area here along the wall. Speaking of wall, I'm gonna fill in a little bit more of the outer side here. Alright. Maybe we can go back into the bushes. And, yeah, I think this kind of turned out alright. You don't look at it too hard or too closely. Let's do a few more gazebos somewhere. Where were those? Regular City Park. Do one of these. I wish it wouldn't do this so I could actually see where I'm going. Like in a big empty area like that, you know? What do I have here? Trampoline park? Is there just like a flower garden? I mean, there's this stuff, flower beds. But this is not the kind of... I mean, this is too deep of a level for me to get into here. So, we'll probably want things like, you know, park signs. And the crossroads. And, I think kind of like a sit-down eating area. Maybe we could just do like a simple little area here. Why are you fussing? Oh, I mean, there's already stuff on the pathways, so we don't really need to do that. We should probably do a few more of these, though, like in the areas that we're in. Just kind of pointing people in the various directions of where they're going. Kinda hard to tell. I don't think I got the sign on right. What is this? Closure. Okay, now as far as I'm concerned, the John Waddington Zoo is done. John Waddington apparently was the man who took the... I see we are having an issue here. I am going to pause this. So it does in fact disappear over time, the water. That's great. That's great to know. John Waddington was the guy who apparently... So if the water... This must shift then, huh? This must go up and down. John Waddington is the guy that brought the game over to the UK. So there you go. That looks terrible, but you know. I'll have to see at what level this thing... Yeah, we've lost the whales already. The whales are dead. You have to see what the level is that this thing keeps, because if it keeps going up, we're going to be in some trouble here. We're going to have a bad time. And since they don't seem to branch out here because they're not part of this, I could, for whatever reason, put some interesting rocks. These are probably big. The whales are coming back, yay! Well, if it goes up to that line right there, that would make me happy. Otherwise, we'll just have to keep lifting this higher. Otherwise, let's move on now to finish off Treetop Park. A lot of problems here. I mean, not really. We've got plenty of people that are now in the park. It is 5-star campground. It's pretty good, but it's making me money that we can make more on. So let's do a few other things here. I wanted to do something here. I think I'm going to come in here and kind of flatten this out a bit. This doesn't seem to be working. Not quite the same. I probably would have done better to pick this as the flattener. You are really pissing me off. I don't think that I can get anything really to be sitting on that. Hey, why does it do that? Why on earth does it do that? Alright, I do something like this. And a little lookout. that. And we'll just kind of something like that. People a little chance to kind of come hang out here. Anything of interest at all that would make people even want to be here. I mean, aside from, you know, just like a small little sit-down area. Bathrooms, of course. I was gonna continue it down here, but I think I'll just not. Where else are we at here? Not that I really need something like that. Oh god. Could you at least point in the right direction? You know what? Good enough right there. And then, of course, we need to put in some trees. You know, really, the way this thing is, we could just put another branch out. Speaking of branch outs, why don't we make it worthwhile to come down here in the first place? And let's put down another cabin campground. Make sure we got ourselves a sign. And I think that's probably okay. We need to make sure there's like restrooms and whatnot.
Meteorologists have issued a severe tornado warning for the area. Residents should seek shelter immediately if any is available.
I really do get tired of the disasters. I mean, obviously SimCity had disasters, but it felt like they would always come a lot less frequently. A lot less frequently. Whereas here, it's almost like because...
A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
It's almost because, you know, we have the DLC. It's like, well, we better use it. It's really discouraging. Okay. Well, so we got this little area. I've added some value down here. And I don't know, I thought about doing other little pit stops on some of this. Thought about doing another little thing down there. But I think not. I think we're just going to start filling in with trees. Same way as we have been doing. I mean, you know, maybe we can put an observation deck for the observation decks. have places for people to stop. Not everyone make it all the way. We're flooding. Okay, well, I guess that answers my question about when it's going to stop. You want to see life? See life. As the whales start getting onto the road. Such an interesting place to live. You never know what's going to happen. And I still need to probably enclose this place in with some fences. Yeah, so people can't just walk in, although whatever. Now, I don't know how crazy I want to get here. You know, I don't want to necessarily make it like a forest, but at the same time, when you go camping, you expect to see trees. And yeah, that may look a little bad. Terrible even. But we can visually break things up. And just kind of add things in where it's generic green tree. So you can always tell by the sound when there's probably like a dozen trees all on top of each other. All right. A little bit of that. Back into these. You'll note how the real trees, instead of just the generic green trees, really love to be splattered down as quickly as possible, as opposed to the other kinds of trees, which are much more sparing. That's about as close as we can get to that one, I guess. Just a few visually interesting trees. And I think we'll get this done pretty quickly here. By pretty quickly, I mean it took half an hour, as all things seem to do. Every minor little thing. What now? crime? Okay, well, we probably could use a police station out here. So, actually, why don't I have like a little service area here? Boy, should I make that an extra turn lane? I feel like I should make this an extra turn lane. Either that or this is the only turn lane. It's not like anyone's going that way anyhow. Or maybe this is so bad, this is actually a candidate for another roundabout. Did not really expect this to ever be this busy out here. Well, it looks a little bit better, but it still looks sparse. I don't mind necessarily the visual look of, you know, having the campground areas really dense and then the rest of it kind of sparse, because it, you know, it helps you kind of figure out where everything is along the trail. You're heading towards all those trees, you're heading towards somewhere you need to be. Okay, just for now, we're going to put another police station out here. Not police headquarters. Not that either. I'll make a little service area here for the fire department and the garbage and the police and whatever else. And they can go right up in here. So, this kind of finally got to a level that I'm happy with. It's not flooding anymore. We'll have to see. I'm gonna just have to keep coming in and back and forth trying to get this. I mean, this seems to me like it violates hydrodynamics that we're filling up above the outflow. And you know, honestly, I honestly have no goddamn idea. Before we end here, let me look at this. We're going to get rid of these and turn them into residential. Going to get rid of residential and turn that into commercial. Actually, I'm going to turn that into office. Turn that into commercial and turn that into commercial. Maybe those should be office. I'm trying to think of how I can buffer this crap. Because this stuff, it's not working. In fact, I'm going to pull you all the way back. And let's do just a little bit of you guys into office here. Just enough. God, you're residential too. And this really consumed that, didn't it? Why shouldn't be anything? No, we're gonna pull you back too. I do not have enough commercial in this city to sustain the things that I'm doing here. So I'm really starting to think maybe I should start pulling some of these out and start lining them as residential. Like, that's good to be that way. We'll see what goes on there. And I guess to fulfill what's going on here, we can start developing this next time. I mean, I'd like it if some of these people came back. I guess I didn't upgrade the roads, didn't fix the roads. Well, I'll do that off camera. So that we can get this neighborhood back. Probably build the parks finally, just get those stupid things done. I still don't know what I want to do with the centers of all of these. I thought that I'd maybe develop them some way, but apparently I just haven't, and probably never will. So, you know, maybe now's the time to redo this road thing. Whether it needs it or not, it would probably work a little bit better. So, I guess we can do that. We'll focus on slamming down this thing, getting it going, and we'll just work from there. Maybe I'll add in a few more trees here and there, but I'm pretty how are we not getting fucking garbage trucks up here? We're still not making enough. I mean, I'm glad that boosts entertainment, but I don't think that's the problem right now. I have to check on some of that. Recycle garbage. Decrease garbage accumulation. Okay, fine. I got that policy going for this one, right? Don't. Do now. Actually, I'm not really sure what I want to do with this. I thought maybe I would just turn this into some kind of commercial park, but again, we don't make that much commercial demand for it, and I don't ever think that I will out here. We can't sustain that sort of ratio. So maybe I'll do a little bit of a neighborhood out here, or out here, and work it towards this or something. As if we need more traffic out here. But, yeah, I think for now, you know, I really, really am actually considering doing this as a straight and right, and this is a right turn only. That way we can get 2 right turn lanes here. I think that would make more sense. We don't need 2 straight across lanes as much as we do another turn lane here. So I think we'll do that. Okay, well, back to the city next time.